Joining us now is Emma Lemke, the director of Gen Z advocacy at the Sustainable Media Center and co-founder of the Log Off movement. Emma, great to be with you. I got to get your reaction to this verdict. Just how significant is this decision?
Thank you so much for having me on today. But today's verdict is a watershed moment for every child who has failed by big tech. For years, my generation, Gen Z, was told that any struggle you had with social media was due to a personal failure, lack of discipline, lack of parenting or willpower. But today, the verdict flips that script. It reminds all those kids out there that social media is a system built to maximize profit, oftentimes designed and engineered towards addiction, and not dedicated to maintaining our well-being as young people. So I want to remind listeners that this is a victory, but it's only the beginning, because thousands of other cases are pending. And now that a precedent of accountability is set, we cannot wait to see what will come.
Yeah, you say it's a watershed moment. And already this week, we've seen 2 verdicts in 2 days holding social media companies, specifically Meta, accountable for the harm that they have caused young users. So what do you think this means for social media and accountability moving forward? Does this change things?
It absolutely does. I think that you can look at like the big tobacco movement. There were all of these cases that determined a propellant in seeing accountability, seeing transparency, and having better cultural outcomes. So I think what's really important here is that, again, this is the tipping point. We saw the New Mexico case that was a great verdict. We're seeing this great verdict in Los Angeles, and we want to see subsequent cases in similar manners turn out in the same way. But again, this is just the beginning. And so many young people out there, like myself, were addicted to social media, felt the negative ramifications of being on it, and feel finally affirmed in seeing cases like this show that tech companies need to be held accountable for the negative detriment that they cause to young people.
It was interesting to hear, Emma, YouTube's response to this verdict, because they're saying they're not a social media site, that they should be looked at very differently. What's your reaction to that?
I think all social media companies, they share similar traits. Young people go on them to feel connected, to explore the world, to express themselves. But all social media companies can't be held accountable in the same way. Like, again, YouTube is very, very different in terms of the function it serves for a young person than Instagram. So I think it is important to distinguish between the platforms, but there is an overarching message that's important, which is we should not stand for the status quo. The status quo is that big tech companies in general prioritize well-being and maximizing attention more so than maximizing a young person's well-being and mental health.
Emma Lemke, always great to see you. Thanks so much.